What is going on, guys? MMA Island team, we got the fight picks, and we are back with UFC Vegas. Jack Hermanson taking on Marvin Vettori. I interviewed Marvin Vettori. Go check him out. Great interview. One of my favorites. But that's not what we're talking about just yet. We're talking about Gian Villante taking on Jake Collier. I'll start this off just by saying that this is weird. This is weird.
This is a crazy fight to think about.
And, I think a lot of people are memeing the hell out of this fight. For a couple of reasons. I think one thing that it's kind of odd for me is that you see last time you saw Gian Villante, he was at heavyweight, and all respect to Gian Villante, I think he's best off at light heavyweight. The dude had a boiler on him, and he was out. And man, I picked him. I picked him against Maurice Green.
He should have won that fight.
Boom! And he blasts him. He blasts him with a right overhand. It might have even been a left, but he blasted Maurice Green, dropped him. And then dove into his guard, and one of the weirdest submissions I've ever seen in my life.
I couldn't believe my eyes, bro.
And man, the weirdest thing is 29 fights, never been submitted. Well, 28 fights, because you got to count that one, but 28 fights, never been submitted. Gian Villante gets submitted with an arm triangle from the bottom. When I first saw it, it looked like an Ezekiel choke. But if Zach was here, I already know what he'd say. Zach would say that Gian Villante just totally gassed out and was just being smothered, is the word he uses, that he was just being smothered and couldn't take it and tapped. But for me, I think that the fatigue definitely took into favor of it, and the squeeze of Green. Green is a submission specialist in the heavyweight division, and I think the fatigue did not help that factor at all.
Well, I remember that Maurice Green was saying something like that night where people were like, what even happened? And he was like, it was a choke. I locked it in and everything. And it was a choke. And I don't remember exactly what he said though. I think he might've said inverted something.
When I saw it live, it looked like an Ezekiel choke, which was weird because an Ezekiel choke, I'm sure you guys have seen Alexei Olenek. It's very complicated with your arms. It's like you're squeezing your forearm together like this. And you have him wrapped around you like that. His arm was in it, and it really just looked like an arm triangle choke. So it was odd. And then, sorry, this intro is taking forever. It's, believe it or not, Slick's going first. But we saw Jake Collier in his last fight, and it's interesting in this one because Collier has fought at middleweight before, and he moved up to light heavyweight and got knocked out, and then moved up to heavyweight and got knocked out. And the reason why I don't play too much into that is just because I shouldn't say he looked good at heavyweight, just because we haven't seen him have a win yet. And he got knocked out in 45 seconds against Tom Aspinall. But the thing I kind of take into play with that is just because it's Tom Aspinall. I think Tom Aspinall is a beast. He's been my lock 2 cards in a row.
Oh, God. He's one of my favorite fighters in the heavyweight division already.
100% me too. 100% me too. Can't wait to see Tom Aspinall fight again. But I'll pass it on to Slick to, I guess, start us off. But
look. Michael took fucking 5 minutes with the intro. So, are we PG? I didn't mean to curse. Sorry, kids. But
we'll back on it just because
we'll keep it short and sweet. I gotta take my guy Gian Villante here. I gotta take Villante. I don't even need to explain myself to you schmucks. I'll take Villante all day. Who do you got? Let's get to the next picks already.
I love it. And there was one, I can't remember what it was. There was a fight pick we did not a couple months, probably 5-6 months ago. And we were all, Zach and I are going in depth about our pick. And then all of a sudden you go, you guys take too long. This person, submission, next fight. I'm like, what? It was badass, and I'm pretty sure you got it right too. So I'll have to find it. I'm sure I can do it. So
yeah, dude, find that. I'd like to see that. I hardly remember any of the old shows.
But yeah, so talking about this fight, man, Gian Villante, dude, I picked to beat Maurice Green, and he blasted him. And when I pick my underdogs and I see them win, I get pretty hyped. I don't typically like to be a fan when I watch the fights, just because it kind of shades your vision when you're scoring a fight. When you're studying a fight and all that, it's kind of easy to say that you saw this guy win the fight when you were looking for all the right things that he was going to do. So, and I had Gian Villante winning the fight, and then he knocks him down in the third round, and then we know what happened. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Jake Collier on this one. I like Gian Villante, and it's kind of weird. I don't value, if you're looking at it from an MMA math perspective, I don't value Jake Collier over Maurice Green by any means. But just
No.
in this where we're looking at with this fight right now, I just think you're in a better position being Jake Collier. You're moving into the heavyweight division. It's new blood. You're starting a new weight class. I don't think he should be at heavyweight. That's just my personal opinion. And we shout out to the guy who commented on the video, the last one, Jake Collier. He was saying, "Hey, I talked to him. I'm buddies with him. He looked great at heavyweight. He's going to come in at 265 and be big." And he came in at 265 and he looked big and he looked good.
But you interviewed Jake Collier?
Sorry.
You interviewed Collier?
No. A guy commented on our last video with Tom Aspinall, and he was like, "You guys are overrating Tom Aspinall." And I'm not giving no shade thrown to that dude, because like I've got my fair share of fight picks wrong before, so it's like whatever. But shout out to you if you're watching this. Let me know in the comments. I think about you every time I see Jake Collier fight.
Michael's thinking about you.
Oh, stop it.
Ooh.
I love my girlfriend so much, but so we're talking about this fight, man, and Jake Collier. I just think he's in a better position moving into the heavyweight division. Just you have a really tough ask against Tom Aspinall in the heavyweight division. He was my lock of the card just because you got Tom Aspinall, a guy who's been dominant in that division, trains with Tyson Fury. And then you got a guy and Jake Collier. Sure, he's been in the UFC and fought some UFC caliber opponents, but he was moving into the heavyweight division against a guy who was looking like a train at the time.
Nah. Gian Villante is a legend. He's a legend, bro. An absolute legend.
For sure. I like my Gian Villante, but I'm gonna go with Jake Collier on this one. I just think that he's gonna be able to kind of use the aspects that have gone him the distance in the past two, in his past two fights, and two guys who I both didn't think should be at heavyweight. So hey, I guess we'll figure out who should be at heavyweight, because I think whoever loses this fight should probably think about just dropping to light heavyweight. But hey, we'll see what happens. Really, really excited for this one. I've been excited for this one ever since it was announced. But we want to know what you guys think. Oh, hold on. We got to get Zach's pick. I don't know who he's got. Oh, and it looks like I am going to be the lone wolf on this one, picking Jake Collier, because Zach is going with Gian Villante as well.
That's right. That's right.
The legend, Gian Villante. I actually really like Gian Villante, and
I don't know why I'm such a huge fan of the guy.
I'm a fan of him too. Don't get me wrong, but it's no shade when I pick fighters wrong, and you guys will come to see that later in the fight pick videos. And I'm not gonna give anything else away. But the point is, man, make sure you guys are liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and make sure you guys check out the other fight pick videos.